welcome to ShowBiz News. We should have a little ShowBiz News.
We need a little sort of jingle or jangle that goes...
ShowBiz News, please. Welcome if you're new to our channel. Please hit the subscribe button. And I am going to kick off straight away.
I'm back in London, man.
Yeah, but people are coming here that don't know anything about us. People are coming for news.
I know. Come on then, hit us with it.
So, I'm going to kick off straight away with a Kardashian who isn't really a Kardashian because she's a Jenner. And it's Kylie. And fans are convinced...
She's the billionaire, isn't she? She's the billionaire.
She's the youngest billionaire. That the reality star is expecting baby number 2. Now, baby number 1, Stormy, with an I, is only a year old. But, and she knows what she's doing, this Kylie. She's gone out with one hand with pink nails and the other hand with blue nails and has hovered her hands over her stomach.
So that's why the headline, can you believe the headline for this story is expecting baby number 2 after gender reveal nail snap? What the fuck does that mean?
Oh, well, people do these gender reveals now where you open a... So basically, you put your doctor in contact with your baker, for instance.
Baker?
Yeah, and then the baker bakes a cake, either pink or blue in the middle, and the mum and the dad have no idea. They invite all their friends round, they open the cake, and then it's the gender reveal.
Oh my God,
so
you're
all sorts
joking.
of different ways they do it, balloons that they pop open. It's just another money-making madness.
So could you, theoretically, if we were expecting our baby, could I phone the local fishmongers and ask them to pop something inside the centre of an octopus? So that when you cut into it, it revealed the gender of our child. Would that be a gender reveal?
Yes.
I mean, it'd be a fishy
Not a very good idea.
It'd be smelly.
It's not a very good idea.
And a bit slippery.
It's a bit pants, but yes. So basically, that's the story. The other story within the story. It's a massive story.
Well, that she's having another baby.
The first baby Stormy, she did not reveal it at all until after it was born. Nobody knew she was pregnant. People suspected, but she basically didn't do any filming, no photo shoot, stayed indoors, was not seen. Bam, pregnant.
I reckon they should call it
Baby.
Foggy.
Yeah, that would
Don't you think it'd be a good name? Foggy.
Thunderous.
Thundery. Let's make suggestions. Stormy, foggy, rainy,
drizzly,
snowy.
Drizzly.
Windy. Windy's a good one. So
the other part to this story is that also apparently she has pulled out of the next series of the Kardashians.
Jeez.
Which is apparently because she can't bear to go through the whole filming of the Jordan-Khloe situation. Her best friend Jordan, who was living with her, basically kissed her sister's boyfriend, and there has been the most almighty kerfuffle about. I mean, these were like proper
Was that the
best
story
friends.
we responded to a while back?
The story we responded to.
Yeah.
And so, is it really because of Jordan, or is it because she's having baby number 2 and she doesn't want to be seen pregnant?
So Kylie Jenner. So baby number 2, billionaire. Right. Okay, and she's revealed on her fingernails.
No. She hasn't revealed. People are suspicious that it may be in some way.
So she might have just painted them blue and pink.
Yeah, of course. That's the madness of showbiz gossip, isn't it? It's just gossip.
I've got a great story. One of my favourite cult figures in Hollywood cinema is Nicolas Cage. Slightly helped by the fact that I have encountered him twice, no less. Once in New York when he was filming a movie called Bring Out the Dead, Scorsese film. He pulled up in an ambulance and said something to me and my friend. I can't remember what it was like, get out of the way. And then the second time was when we were staying in Beverly Hills and I went for a jog, and round the corner, sauntering towards me, was Nick Cage, looking like he'd walked off the set of
Paltrow. A couple of times on the channel.
And you have clanged like a good 'un today. She's a clanger. She's a name dropper of such extraordinary length. Anyway, Nick Cage was last seen in a movie that me and Maddie love called Mandy, but recently he's been seen in another film. And this film in Las Vegas caught on a video bizarrely shouting that his girlfriend, who is about to marry in a Vegas marriage ceremony, is about to take all his money.
That's so sad.
Yeah, so, he clearly is in a bit of a mess.
Oh, this is so sad.
He's clearly about to get married and hitched to someone, but the video was filmed at around 11 a.m. on Saturday with an onlooker telling the publication that the actor seemed very out of it and most likely drunk. Now, what's doubly sad about this is he's a great, talented actor. He
Yes.
really is. And if anyone needs proof of that, go to Leaving Las Vegas, where he plays an alcoholic so just searingly, honestly, and painfully, and warts and all. I'm one of his fondest fans. But of course, he's gone through so many problems with debt, finance, money, selling houses, pay tax, all that kind of stuff. And now to hear that this is going on, it does worry you. But yeah, so he was basically last seen filing to get married and then sort of drunkenly saying, no, she's about to take all my money. So the worry I've got about this story is he being manipulated and taken advantage of himself? Because I think we often think that it happens just the other way, but I do think that, men of a certain caliber or fame can also be taken advantage of. So, anyway.
Look, Erica can be seen telling her partner, I never asked you to do this, before the actor ushers her through the hallway telling her, come on, let's go. I mean, poor her as well. I mean, she might be a perfectly lovely person who's sober with somebody that's really struggling with alcohol. It's a bit of a sad story, I think.
Tristan Thompson has come up again.
Oh, God, this man.
Well,
So Tristan Thompson is the one who cheated on Khloe Kardashian the day before she went into labour with not one, but two girls in a club, all filmed. Then she forgives him because the next day she gives birth. And then within 2 months, he's cheating on her with her sister's best friend, who was like her sister. They're very, very close, knew each other very, very well. I mean, I think this will send them to the point where who on earth can they trust?
No.
Awful. And he has been, apparently, the headline has slid in to this 17-year-old model's DM. And so there's a lot of uproar about this.
So is she a minor? She's underage, is
Well, she's a minor. She wouldn't be
different
here.
in America. No,
she wouldn't be here.
No.
17 isn't a minor. You can have sex at 16, but
She a coal miner?
It looks like maybe in America it's under 18.
I think so. Can I just say, just playing devil's advocate, because you often talk about how, as we just did, rightly so, about Nick Cage, there are so many elements to a person, all of which can sort of go into explaining why someone sort of dallies and is naughty. Is this not the same with Tristan Thompson? Clearly at some point he's obviously had no role model or something to...
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because I don't know him, but all I know is I think that all that we see is, a man that can be unfaithful whilst 2 days from when his missus is going to pop the baby.
Doesn't look good on the resume.
And then doing it again within weeks. Scurrilous.
It is kind of scurrilous, but you never know. Maybe she's just not a great conversationalist. Do you know what I mean? I mean, if you can't hold an interesting conversation, maybe he's not sharing his interest. Maybe he's not.
He is now with this 17-year-old model that he's DM'd.
Yeah, I
That'd
doubt
be what it is. He's looking for conversation. Isn't
I
he,
doubt
guys?
he's getting
He
conversation.
wasn't getting the right conversation, was he? So
No.
that's why.
All right, okay. You struck upon this other story here, which I think is quite an interesting one. Actually, I had a little peek at this.
So Gwyneth Paltrow.
Least of all, the fact that I didn't know Gwyneth's daughter was called Apple.
How did you miss
I didn't know that. No.
What her
Stormy,
son's
Apple,
called.
Thunder, such weird names.
But anyway, she's posted a picture of her daughter Apple. Huge ski glasses on. All you can see is her mouth. And her daughter, and then there's all sorts of lovely messages from famous people. Jennifer Garner saying, sweet.
Kiss,
Elle
kiss, kiss.
McPherson, that face. Apple, however, was not impressed and actually tweeted, Mum, we have discussed this. You may not post anything without my consent. Don't they look alike? Look.
Especially with the goggles on, yeah.
So Paltrow went back to her saying you can't even see your face. Now, this has been covered, I think they did it on Loose Women actually, this has been covered everywhere. Consent. Should you ask your child for consent? I mean, I thought actually that was very, very rude because even Maddie said, oh God, that's a bit rude. Very rude to talk to your mum like that online. But then reading some of the other comments, some of the people have said, well, she says we've talked about this before. So obviously she said to Gwyneth, I don't want you to do this. And Gwyneth has done it. And so maybe she's thinking, right, okay, well, obviously I'm going to have to do it publicly so that you listen to me.
It's a weird one though, isn't it? Because just the very act of doing it and Apple replying has led to a lot of people calling us spoiled, bratful, a bit of a brat, disrespectful.
Which is what Maddie, our 16-year-old said.
Did she? Was that her instinct?
That's so rude.
But we try to be very respectful of the girls. I mean, often we want the girls to feature more prominently than they want to because they can be very witty and funny and entertaining. But we do avoid great swathes of filming with them.
Oh
do we?
God, they'll just say no, and that's it.
Well, yeah,
which is fair enough.
and that's it. Hands off, we back away. But so I was surprised that Maddie would.
I would never post something that a girl said to me don't. If they said to me don't post any pictures of me, I wouldn't.
I do think I have a very good grasp of what images on my personal Instagram account I am safe to post of them because.
Well, you get away with a lot more than me because you're daddy.
It's true.
Daddy.
So
Daddy.
Apple is very unhappy to her core.
Apple is to her core, feeling a bit pippy.
Oh, I like what you did there. Okay. Lily Allen is in the news again. Now, I've got mixed feelings about Lily. On the one hand, I want to scoop her up and look after her.
Oh my God, I read her autobiography this year. I wouldn't normally have, but she came on the show and I was really moved by it.
I've got a huge, and I mean huge, soft spot for her.
Have a good childhood whatsoever. Everyone sees her as the spoiled little rich girl. She's not. She is, I think, emotionally...
she's got a lot of stick.
Yeah.
Why has she got so much stick?
Because I think that she's just very outspoken, and I think she didn't
it?
really have much parenting. If you read her book, she wasn't really parented at all.
That's true.
I mean, things like her mum would just forget her at school.
God, I remember that.
Like when and for a time she went to boarding school, and it'd be half term, they'd all be on the coach and all set off to meet the parents. She'd get there, her parents wouldn't be there, so she'd have to get back on the coach and go back to school. Things like that, awful.
I also think my sense of her music, I think her voice is one of the most idyllic voices I've ever heard.
I love it.
And I think her second album wasn't received quite so brilliantly, and I know that reports that her third album hasn't done so well, and her management has dropped her. But she's come out on Twitter and social media saying that she's considering a move into politics. Now,
don't you think she was being funny there?
Precisely. I think people are running with this, suggesting I think she might run for MEP. Now, in many regards, I think, I'm not one of these people who thinks that because you're off the telly or a celebrity or whatever, it disqualifies you from being able to shift into politics. I mean, look at Trump, for goodness sake. I think her politics are probably quite good. I think the danger here is, and I think Lily might be the victim of this, is that as soon as you have a young girl who's unwilling to subscribe to the sort of mainstream press's idea of how a young girl should behave, they're quick to pin her as the kind of bad girl this and the bad girl that. Tracy Emin got that in the art world, And I just think, she is outspoken. She probably has ruffled a few feathers. She can be difficult. We can all be difficult. But actually, I think she's probably had to navigate quite a difficult route through a music industry that I've heard she hasn't earned half as much money as she could have done or should have done from the success that she's had.
Well, and then she spent honestly, Mark, you should read her old
I will, actually.
I think you'd really like it.
I interviewed her brother once, Alfie Allen, who's in Game of Thrones. He was an absolute charm bucket, even though he was a little bit late.
My sister used to go out with her dad.
I know. Lily Allen. Anyway, if she did become an MEP, we could do a hell of a lot worse.
What a mess we're in. Khloe Kardashian.
You've all been waiting for it.
Backlash.
You've all been waiting for it.
Khloe Kardashian, the one who just had a baby, whose boyfriend cheated on her.
Who we think OJ could be her dad.
No, who other people? I don't think that. I don't know anything.
I have seen her shoulders. I think she could. She's got the quarterback.
But I think it's very strange that people say this because she is the fairest one out of all the kids.
She's the fairest of them all.
She is. Isn't
that just dyed hair?
No. She's very, very, very fair skin.
Yeah, I guess so.
Light colour dye.
Okay.
But anyway, she has a brand called The Good American.
Yeah.
And she saw that somebody had said that they would get on social media that they were going to work extra shifts to buy one of her Good American pairs of trousers.
Right.
So she sent her a present of them.
Yep.
And she has had some serious poo-poo sent at her.
Why?
People saying, why don't you just make it more affordable? What about all the people that can't afford it?
Oh, I see.
This is just a publicity stunt.
Oh, come on, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
But the girl that got it is just absolutely over the moon.
So has she made the girl's life?
Well,
Probably.
she's just really happy that she got it. I mean, you
That's
you
nice.
really can't win, can you?
No, you can't.
Publicity they don't need. They get publicity, whatever. And I think... I would do that. I could be scrolling through, and just send them a pair of jeans. But it's.
But this is the problem. Doesn't this say far more about the people witnessing acts of kindness by rich people or famous people? They can only see it as self-serving and selfish. Whereas actually, you're right. It probably is just nothing other than she. The other thing to bear in mind.
It's just an act of generosity.
Yeah. But the other thing to bear in mind is you could argue, well, why doesn't she do that for everyone and why her?
Can't.
But no, of course you can't.
Because it's a business.
Yeah, well, of course. So, so she's coming for a load of stick. Oh, well, some are applauding her as well.
Yeah. Can you send me a pair, please, Chloe?
Hang on.
I want a pair of good American. I should have told you. That's what I wanted from America. I wanted a pair of good American jeans.
I bought you a nice pair of campers. I bought you a...
I wanted a pair of good American jeans.
Soul Cycle top.
No, I love my Soul Cycle top.
But can I just say, I've just spotted something in this story that makes me wonder if this is everything it should be. Her brand is called Good American. Isn't she just trying to be a good American too consciously?
Oh, I just think it's nice. I just think it's nice.
Clever. Fold it into your business proposal as being a good American.
It's miserable of people to do. And you know what? Even if it is a business thing, it's a nice business thing to do, isn't it?
True.
Give you a free pair of jeans.
Anyone wants it, I'll send you my bend cap after a run. Can't say fairer than that. I'm a good Briton.
Good night, all. Please hit the notification bell.
It's been a wonderful ShowBiz news.
Subscribe bulb.
Press the subscribe bulb.
Bye, you all.
Press the subscribe bulb.
I'm a good American.
And I'm a brilliant Brit.
I'm
although
a good
I'm a bit
American.
embarrassed about being British right now.
Good night.